Hi y'all, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Margaret Cooper Nygaard. This is No Recipe Necessary, and tonight we're making Maryland crab cakes. I grew up in Virginia, born and raised, so I ate an awful lot of seafood growing up. Oysters and crabs that my daddy would bring up from the bay, and we would just enjoy that. And then when Jim and I were just starting out and our kids were being born, sometimes there would be weeks where the paycheck would run out before the week did. So I learned to take some chicken necks, go sit out on the dock at Ragged Island Point and catch dinner. And that was crabs. Well, I've reached a point in my life where I don't really like picking crabs anymore because it's hard on my hands. But crab cakes, well, we've been in Maryland since 1993 and I've learned a few things about crab cakes. So tonight I'm going to show you my take on them. Now, the trick to Maryland crab cakes is A, Old Bay seasoning is a must, and B, the minimum amount of filler is humanly possible, just enough to make things stick together. And you're going to start with an egg. And beat that up a little bit. Good squirt of mayonnaise, of course, being a good Southern girl, Duke's. A little bit of Dijon mustard. A splash of Worcestershire sauce. The juice of half a lemon. I've got a lemon seed in there, or two. Just one. And some Old Bay. Don't ask me what's in Old Bay. I don't know. It's just a must. It really highlights the flavor of any seafood. If you want to have Maryland fried chicken, which is also a big deal around here, that's with Old Bay. But let's be honest. In Maryland, they put Old Bay on everything. So, I have pre-picked crab meat. Ironically, from a company called Lindy's, which was my mother's name. And I'm just going to break that up. It's lump crab meat. And I cheat a little bit. I like a minced shallot in mine. And then I use panko breadcrumbs. A lot of people use crushed saltines. And now I'm just going to, the zest of a lemon. I like the way that brightens it up. And now I'm just going to start spooning in enough of my sauce here to stick it all together. And you use your hands to mix this because it's gentler than using any other thing. We want to be very gentle with this. In the meantime, I'm going to turn on my stove to medium-high heat. Need a little bit more sauce. That's about right. You see it's now sticking together. Yep. Let me wash my hands and then I can get everything else ready to go. Okay, so we're ready to start cooking. Now I've got canola oil heating in my pan. I always use canola oil for this because I want it to have no impact on the flavor. And a good way to check and see that your pan's hot enough is use a skewer and stick it in. And when it bubbles right around it, it's hot enough. It's a trick I learned from the first time I had a wok. All right, I've made up my little patties. And I'm just going to very gently lay those into the fat. I'm trying not to lay my fingers into it. That one's coming apart. Now, while they cook, I'm going to make up a little aoli to go with that. And I made a tossed salad. So for the aioli, what I want is a bowl that I'm going to put 1 egg yolk in. Give that a quick whisk. And then I'm going to slowly start whisking in roughly a cup of olive oil. Or not olive oil, but canola oil. Just a little bit at a time. Whisk, whisk, whisk. Lemon juice. A little bit of wasabi powder. Heat down a little bit and give these their turn. Yeah, that middle one is just kind of disintegrated on me. That's all right. It'll still be tasty. All right, back to whisking. A little bit more oil. is staying a little thin, so what I'm going to do is add another egg yolk to that. There we go. Check the flavor on this. Need some salt. And a little bit more wasabi powder. And it looks like the crab cakes are about done. Add some fresh ground pepper in this would be good. So now that that's nice and emulsified, you can see it's not a thick sauce at all, and I don't really want a thick sauce. That's good. All right. So out of the pan with my crab cakes. Come here, you. And actually this crumbled up one will be good on leftover salad for lunch tomorrow. You can put it in a bun and have like a po' boy or a Maryland version of, instead of a lobster roll, a crab roll. We're real big fans in Maryland of crab cake sandwiches. But tonight, it's crab cake, tossed salad, little aioli. It'll be delish. Y'all have a good night. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll talk to you soon.